Hey everyone, how's it going? It's Nady, and today we're going to be following a 1920s makeup tutorial. As you beautiful people know, any tip you may have, please cast it away because this is a channel of positive energy. Okay? Thank you. Oh, my little vintage vixens, how you doing today? I hope wherever you're at in the world, you're having a marvelous day so far. I myself am doing very good. She's a little bit sleepy, so I thought, let's have some fun with today's filming. And I have this little thing going where I try makeup from different eras. We've done the 80s, I think we've done like the 60s or the 50s, and now we're bringing it back to the 1920s. I'm currently working on a powder wig for some 1800s bullshit. That'll be fun. But yes, honestly, when I was curling this, I was hoping for more of like a 1920s little Gatsby bob. But this is what we ended up with, and it still looks alright. I think she's more like 1940s or 1950s, but whatever, we're still in the 1900s, so that's already a win for me. Oh my goodness! I need some water. Oh my gosh, also, I did not shave my eyebrows off. These are definitely glued down because in the 1920s, people just like drew on little strips. I think they took like an ink pen and just... Honestly, this is like my favorite era fashion-wise and makeup-wise with them eyebrows. Oh my gosh, it's still not as bad as when that whole feathering your eyebrows was popular. Oh my god. That will go down in history as the biggest fuck no. This for me is a very close second, but I took off my eyebrows so that I can draw real ones on. Also, today's video that we're going to be watching and attempting to follow is by Sabrina. I will link you to the OG video down below. She actually gives some really cool information in the video. She does a lot of research, and so I definitely will reiterate a little bit of that jizzy jazz here today. But if you're interested in some super interesting tidbits, definitely check that video out because it's like a long ass video and I'm just gonna fast forward through a lot of it. Ain't nobody got time for that shit today. Also, if my hair were actually like this, I would literally be sitting on the bus going like this, just sitting in the office, cooking dinner. Never had hair that moves in one piece. This is fun. So before we get into this video, let's talk a little bit. I guess the 1920s was really a breakthrough moment for makeup. People were starting to realize that if you build up dark colors, you get a really pretty deep look. Makes sense, right? And I'm not saying there's ever a wrong moment or a bad time for a glam look, but starting your day off with an 8 a.m. smoky eye is definitely bold and I'm kind of here for it. And that's kind of the 1920s for you. Now, if I start my day with a smoky eye, it's because I'm still wearing it from the night before and it's probably smeared halfway down to my tits. But a lot of the products that we still actually use today were just invented in like the 1900s, 1910s. And so when the 1920s came around, makeup for the public was still really experimental. Not the I kissed a girl and I liked it kind of experimental, but like the let's be bold and just completely renovate our face kind of experimental. A draw me like one of your French girls moment except all over your face. But because this makeup was still kind of new, the public using it was a little bit taboo because there was still a stigma around it. Really only actresses and ladies of the night wore it, and everyday people wearing it was just so unheard of. In fact, a lot of stores that sold makeup would have a back door for people to come and shop through rather than going in through the front and being seen by everyone. Nowadays, we bitches just walk into the makeup store purse first. But then as the 1920s progressed, women were really in this equality kick, like they wanted to be on the same level as men, at least in the workplace. And so a lot of magazines were actually saying you need to cake your face up and really transform yourself if you want to be anywhere near the same level as these men. And that's exactly what they did. They literally transformed their entire face with a completely new look that didn't look anything like their original selves. They made their skin look very fair. They drew on these almost cartoonish eyebrows, and they really smoked out and glammed their eyes up as well as added a dark lip, and so they were like out for blood when they wore this face. Every day was just like a Sasha Fierce moment for them, and they used this makeup as an empowerment tool. And I mean, shit, it worked. Like still to this day, some of the most iconic moments in makeup and in fashion and just in history in general are from the 1920s. Like when you hear the Roaring 20s, pretty much everyone can think of some kind of look associated to the 20s. But where did this dark glamorous inspiration come from? Well, during the 1920s, I guess Egypt was really kind of shaking shit up. There was a lot of discoveries happening. They found King Tut's tomb. And all around the world, I guess people were finding inspiration from these old Egyptian queens. Queens that would wear a lot of black coal around the eye to help ward off eye ailments, and they would just make really bold makeup moments, even though to them, I don't think it was necessarily like makeup. But whatever the Egyptian reason was for wearing that, it translated into makeup. And so in today's video, I've really only seen the end look that she comes up with because she starts the video with it, but I'm assuming we're probably gonna start with like a black kohl pencil. And if by the end of this video we don't look like a raccoon with cheap mascara crying over a bottle of wine for 15 hours, then we have not done our job. Like the 1920s are all about a lot of smoke, a lot of dark, and I am here for it. So let's get started. All right, my loves, here we go. We've got a little bit of room for her right down here, so let's pop into this.
So to begin this look and mimic that type of history, I'm going to be using a black eyeliner pencil. Black eyeliner was the key makeup
Okay,
tool.
see, I called that. So before she continues, let me quick find a black pencil. Here's one.
What I'm going to do is line the upper lash line here with it. Also put little dots on the lower lash line.
Okay.
And then smudge it out.
We can do that. Ooh, all right, we're doing good.
And it's best to apply little bitty dots.
Also, I'm using this Laura Mercier Tuxedo Caviar Stick. Hopefully that's okay. I mean, it's cream shadow, which I know isn't a kohl pencil, but it's close, right? I don't know. We'll see. 10 minutes into this video and I've already fucked it up. Okay, well, honestly, already, this is a great improvement, so we're doing okay.
I'm just taking a smudging brush, looks like that. I'm gonna go along and just
So she just has a little flat pencil brush, and she's just feathering it up and out, so very, very simple. I'm just gonna take this little baby brush and just gently tap it and kind of stipple this. I'm kind of noticing that hers is much more black and much more pigmented, and so maybe I'll have to go over this, or maybe we'll just have like a more ashy look. Although, you know, I think I do want to go over this. I have to have a pencil. Here's one. I'll just pop that right there. Beautiful, beautiful. Oh my gosh, I actually know people who do their eyeliner just like this, and it really does help their eye color pop, but I just want to go up to them and have like a smudging moment. Like, would that be rude of me to just walk up and do this to their eye? Like, even with strangers I want to do that. That is a guaranteed knee to the balls. But I'm just trying to help you find your journey. Okay, so that Laura Mercier and whatever the fuck I just used, Tristique, is actually a great combination. Like, that shadow stick has a really good blending ability, but then that kohl pencil really, really sticks down and adds to the depth. Giggity. Oh gosh, this side dried the fuck down, and so now it's like crumbling. Oh, that's not comfortable. I need to shut my damn mouth more and actually work. We're gonna have to go in and reapply. Hold on. Yes, mama, there we go. Also, I'm not shaming anybody who does their eyeliner with harsh edges, but if you do just want to add a little bit more of a, I don't know, like a nice finish touch to it, just smudge that baby out the slightest bit right along the edges, and I guarantee you it will look so beautiful. That look might not be for everyone, I totally understand, but if you're just looking for something a little bit more experimental and you're feeling brave, just give it a try. What's the worst that's gonna happen? And here we go, back to business.
And don't worry about looking like a raccoon, because I look like a raccoon right now. But I'm going to be cleaning this up with
raccoon
concealer
buddies.
when we are done with the eyes. For the eyeshadow in this look, I'm going to be layering two different MAC eyeshadows. The first is going to be Silver Ring.
That's silver?
And the second is going to be Print.
Those look green, don't they?
Applying Silver Ring.
Okay. Well, give me a second. We need to find some silver shadow. Hold on. I was about to be very sad because I really don't own that much silver shadow, and I'm not huge into gray tones, but then I remembered this ColourPop Stone Cold Fox. Fuck me up. And I think it has grays in it, maybe. Oh, yes, honey, come through. My gosh, I need to stop saying that. I hate when people are like, yes, hunty, come through. I only talk like that when I'm in front of the camera. Like, when I'm having a normal conversation, I'm more like, that shit is fucking preposterous. But then when I'm in front of the camera, I'm like, bitch, no queen. So weird. And before we continue, I'm actually realizing that I don't have any eyeshadow primer on my eyes. Like, we just dove the fuck right into this, and it's much too late for me to go in with the normal primer that I use. So I'm gonna take this e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer because it's clear and just try to work it above that black just so this has something to stick to. I guess maybe I should have watched this beforehand so I could prepare, but that's too much work. No, I do like to go into certain things blind because it really does add to the funness. Fun? Enjoyment? There we go. All right, we have a good little bit of stickiness on our eyes. So now we can dip in with the silver. I'm gonna take Magnetic Moon right here. And I think she just takes it on the lid and slowly works it up the eye crease.
And we're gonna carry Silver Ring up past the crease, more towards the brow bone.
Oh, called that shit. You would think that she'd put the black on after.
And we're only gonna be applying Print onto the lid portion of the eye.
Wait, is Print a metallic or is it a matte? I thought it was a matte. I'm tray confused. Okay, well, let's first of fucking all get caught up and oh, fuck, that's wow. So we're just applying this to the lid. Yeah, pretty much all of that black that I put down is completely covered up. So we might have to go in again. Oh, wow, this is really silver. It's very pretty. But she's kind of making a little O shape right on her eye and also bringing it upwards towards where my brow is. And I guess where we're gonna draw our little string brows. Damn, that actually works really well as an eyeshadow primer. I don't think I've ever used it for that, but fuck, I might start. Wow, okay, so I'm just now taking this and kind of softening the edges and like blending them out. I don't know if that's what she did, but it kind of looks like that's what she did. It's just a little bit difficult because she has eyebrows to kind of gauge and I don't. So I'm assuming that's about right. Is that not freaking pretty? I love this palette so goddamn much. And honestly, I kind of forgot about it too. Like, this totally should have been in last year's Best and Worst of Beauty, just to remind people that she still exists. My goodness, I look like a shiny clown, which isn't too far off from this era, so I'm not mad. Fabulous. So now she took the other color and is just putting it on her lid. It doesn't really look like the shimmer's getting any duller, so maybe that is a shimmer. I've made the decision that I'm going to take the same brush. It still has a little bit of shimmer on it, but I'm going to dip into Rumor Mill right below it. And I think that's what I'm going to end up putting right here on the lid. Oh yeah, see, that shimmer shit is still so poppin' that even with the matte over it, it's still really shiny. So that totally may have been a matte that she was using. I don't fucking know. But what is interesting is this is kind of the complete opposite of the way that we do makeup now. Like, usually it's mattes on the outer part of the eye and then shimmers on the inner part, just to make your eyes really big. But for this era, people weren't really putting makeup on to like reconstruct their face. And makeup just wasn't like trying to make your eyes look big, trying to make your cheekbones really hollow. It was truly a form of expression and kind of defiance. I do really like where we're at with makeup today. There's so much talent and I'm always learning new things, but I do kind of wish we still had some of that energy, just because today it feels like so many of the makeup techniques have to be like cut and dry, and if you don't do those makeup techniques, then you're not applying makeup correctly, and people really love to get in your face when you're not applying makeup the same way as other people. But like right now, even though I know I look crazy, I love the way that this looks, even without any eyebrows. I feel like Lady Gaga in American Horror Story, but with brown hair. And I probably never ever myself would have thought of doing a look like this. So this is really cool. Anyways, moving on.
What I love most about the makeup of that era is that they were not afraid to take risks.
Okay, that's what I was just saying.
A silver ring up here. I'm going to be using the MAC 217 brush with...
Ooh, we have a white. Okay, so she's blending pretty much these edges out that you really can't see just with a plain ass baby powder white. And there happens to be a white right here. It does have a little bit of shimmer in it, but I'm hoping it's the kind of shimmer that'll just dust away. So we'll just take this right along the silver edges right there, which for me really isn't doing that much. It kind of did for her, but maybe she's using a better white. That could totally be. Hold on, I'm gonna whiten up this side too, but then I'm gonna also look for a different white because I feel like we should be a little bit more bold. Also, I really hope she's gonna talk about eyebrows. I'm assuming she will. I think the lightest really good shadow that I have is So Pale by Makeup Geek, and it's more of like an off-white milky color, and this too still might not do a ton. Yeah, maybe, I don't know. I think she's kind of beyond help at this point.
Add some more emphasis to the lower lash line here. I'm going to go back with the MAC 263 brush.
See, that is totally a matte.
And smudge just slightly once again on that lower lash line.
I want to see how she blends it out before we do it. Oh, that did barely anything. See, like, I personally am so tempted to really smoke that lower lash out and just like gussy this bitch up, but I need to follow exactly what she's doing. So I'm gonna take that gray that we used before and just tight line right in here. I'm assuming that's just gonna really help lock this shit into place. Oh my God, what the fuck was on this brush? I think there must have been glue or something on this at one point. Feels like I'm blending this out with a piece of rubber.
The 1920s is when you first saw women beginning to pluck their eyebrows.
Oh, is that what they called it?
The art of plucking really didn't occur until the 1930s. They just did minor plucking in the 20s. And what was also characterized in the 20s with the eyebrows is that the line out here was drawn down toward the temple. So it actually dipped down further, right more about
it makes them look so damn sad.
Modern brow, which ends right at the corner of your eye. The eyebrows in the 20s were also extremely thin, so I'm not going to take the time to fill them in like I normally would. I'm just basically taking one swipe of my pencil here, and that's it.
Even those brows, I feel like, are a little bit thicker than the actual like 1920s brows. At least glamour shots that I've seen, it's almost like they took eyeliner and literally just went like that. So that is what we're gonna do today. I am taking, ooh, I should probably do a brown liner, or maybe I'll take a brown pencil in case I really fuck this shit up because it's a high probability. We're gonna begin like right where my real brow starts, right about there, and then I'm just gonna take it right over where I laid my brow. That, and then down. Oh my god, that's terrible. Well, is it? I guess it could be worse, but it's not that great. Let me see if I can do a little bit of something to help this. Here I'm talking about how bad their brows were, and oh my god, look at that. I think it just needs to be like a little bit more round. It's almost like you could take the bottom of a drinking glass and just trace it. Shit, I should have done that. Oh, wait, I have my little elf thing. Oh, would that work? Oh, but then my eyebrows are gonna be different. Hold on, I wanna try it. Okay, we're gonna take right here. Okay, here we go. Oh my gosh, that is actually perfect. What the hell? Well, fuck, what am I gonna do with this side though? Got a little bit of it off. Maybe this is enough that I could trace. This actually might not even be that much different. Fuck. Okay, let's just make this side a little bit thicker and call it good. The only time in my life that I will ever say thicker is not better. You know what? I'm just fucking this all to shit. I need to stop. You know what? I just think we can all agree that these brows leave a lot to be desired, but that's what life's about. You can't always get what you want. But now that my eyebrows are down, I'm actually gonna re-go in with the silver and bring it up to like where it should be. So it's still much higher than hers is, but I kind of drew on a new face. So we are gonna make it work.
Mascara was a new thing of the 1920s, and no woman could resist darkening her lashes. And actually, before mascara became really popular, they would take household products like petroleum jelly, which we now know as Vaseline, and mix it in with soot.
How ingenious!
To get a really nice black mixture. Towards the middle of the 1920s is when you start to see mascara come out in tube, wax, cake, and liquid form. So women had to rely on tools separately, like eyelash curlers, to help sculpt the lashes and give them definition and shape. So I'm gonna go ahead and curl.
Fuck me, I have everything but a curler. Okay. So we don't have to use that little brush thing? Well, I guess we're just gonna go in with a normal mascara. Honestly, I think for like historical purposes, let's go in with a brush similar to what was just on the screen. This I think is actually for your brows, but we're still gonna use it. I'll just put a good glob of mascara right there on my hand. And I think it looked more like they used the bristly sides. Let's try that. Granted, I really don't have very many lashes, so even if this did anything, you probably wouldn't be able to see. That really isn't applying it that great, so I would certainly say that the modern mascara wand is the way to go. Sure, we all could have assumed that because they don't have anything like this anymore. Yeah, okay, fuck this shit. I'm using a normal wand. Oh, this is girthy. It's been a while since I've had a girthy wand near my face.
To add even greater emphasis to the lashes, I'm gonna cheat a little bit and apply some false eyelashes to really make the eyes stand out.
Oh, the nerve. Should we apply some falsies? I don't know. I think maybe we should. Her lashes were kind of on the big side, but she also has pretty big eyes. I have no idea who the fuck these are by, but they're kind of wispy and natural. I'm gonna use those. God damn, there's so much glue caked on here. I could probably apply this without adding any new glue. We love a dirty bitch. Eye infection who? Okay, this is literally the triangle and band version of eyelashes. Like, it doesn't really do much, but it just adds enough. Can you guess who rang the triangle in school? Excellent. I look just like Liz Taylor.
In the 1920s, the whiter you could get your skin to look, the better it was. They would go out of their way to make their faces really pale, really white, because it allowed the eyes to really pop out because the eyes were really dark, and the lips to pop out because the lips were also very dark, and we'll get to that in a few minutes. There were no bronzers, there was no tanning lotions, nothing like that. It was actually opposite of what you see now. And I actually
That's kind of cool.
That kind of thinking myself. So I'm applying just my regular foundation.
Oh, she's going in with her regular. Okay, so I am somewhat fair-skinned, but I'm not like pale. So I think I'm actually gonna go in with a couple products. I don't have any super duper light foundation right now. So instead, I'm just gonna take a few little bloopies of my Crayon white TV paint stick and then go over this with my normal foundation. Or maybe one that's just a little bit lighter than me. This is Dior Backstage in the shade 1N. Oh, this might be a little bit orangey. Well, let's try it and see how it works. Oh, you know what? This is not that bad. Raise your hand if you expected a completely different outcome because fuck I did. I'm gonna be like an Instagrammer and just apply this directly to my skin. So sanitary. Oh, don't want to get my locks. You guys, but for real, this shade match really isn't even that terrible. Like, I might look a tiny bit more ashy than normal, but usually I look like a fucking Cheeto or a carrot. So I'm really not that unhappy with this. Oh, fuck me up. How am I supposed to get this around my wig? Go like this? Ah, there we go. Probably should have done this part before I put on the wig and the brows. Oh, goddamn. Oh, fuck. Not my lace front. And my poor brows took a little bit of a beating. I don't even know what the fuck is happening right here. Are we just missing part of my skull? Try to do a little damage control. Oh, God, there's hair in my eye. There's hair in the eye.
I'm gonna be honest with you. They really packed the makeup on during this time period, so don't be afraid to go heavy. Cake it on. Build it up.
I didn't know
and
that.
To set my face today, I'm going to be using Ben Nye's Neutral Set.
That was white.
Face powder keeps the face matte.
Ooh, okay. Well, shit, if I knew that we were going to really pack this stuff on, I would have, like, actually gone in. I might actually be able to get a little bit more coverage with this Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. This stuff is, like, white as tits. They said they wanted really, really light, so let's fucking do it. Oh my gosh. Well, it works. Okay. Does not feel that great in the eyeballs though. Oh my gosh. I don't know what there is more of in my eye. Wig hair, false eyelash, or this powder. Am I a pretty girl yet? I feel like I would definitely turn a few heads if I were in the 1920s like this. Probably not for any of the right reasons, but hey, it's attention. And that is probably as good as we'll get this. I mean, my skin does look good. It's just totally not my color. But when it comes to shade match, like what the fuck is new? This is honestly better than it usually is.
Prior to the 1920s, women were using something called elixir blushes, and these were very messy and hard to work with. But eventually they were replaced in the 1920s with creams, liquids, powders, and even rouge papers. And when women applied blush to their face in the 1920s, they would do it in circular motions, right about there on the face. The angular blush that we all have become accustomed to was not something that they used in this time period. And by putting the blush in round circles on the face here, it helped the face appear rounder, which was that desired look.
Okay, so let's go ahead and round up our face. I love how different this is from today's makeup. Round faces are fabulous, but you gotta admit, most people try to slenderize them somehow, so we all have this one desired Kardashian look. And I am here for keeping that roundness and accentuating it. She just goes in with MAC's Tenderling, which honestly looks very, very similar to the rose color that her skin already has.
But you could use brighter, bolder pinks if you wanted to.
Let's start with this one. This one is very nude, similar to hers. This is Hank & Henry's Lust and Lush in the shade Fervor. So I'm gonna really pack this on the brush because I don't think that that much is gonna show up. So let's just kind of rub this on her face in little circular motions. And she's just basically rubbing this all over this half of the face right here. And she's also bringing it forward. Bringing it forward is gonna make the face a little bit rounder, a little bit heavier looking. And that, I guess, is what we want, so we're gonna do it. Yes. I mean, this doesn't look that bad. I look like I just walked out of a 1920s hotel. What I was doing in that hotel is totally up to you. Use your imagination. If it were actually me, 10 out of 10, I'd just be sleeping. I am a tired bitch. I was gonna go in with a deeper blush, but I kind of really like the way this looks. Like, my skin is just light enough for it to really, really pop, and I feel like I could be in the Moulin Rouge.
And there was actually something invented during this time period called metal lip tracers. And these ensured a flawless application when women would apply their lipstick. Depending on which end of the 1920s you're focusing your look on,
go
it's
for the
going to
beginning.
dictate which shade of lipstick that you choose. If you're going for an early 20s look, then you want to pick a deep classic red, deep brownish red, plums or oranges. But if you're focusing more on the end of the 1920s, this is when you started to see raspberry colors and medium red shades. But of course, I'm going to go with the early 20s for this look, and I'm choosing a
I love it deep and I love it dark.
Beautiful red in MAC's Brick au La. During the 1920s is when you saw a new lip trend taking place, and this is called the cupid's bow. What it was that they drew the outline of the lips smaller than the actual lip pattern was, and they placed heavy emphasis on the center of the lips, both on the bottom lip and the top lip. So the cupid's bow was very emphasized. This was made popular by a lot of Hollywood actresses of the time, specifically Clara Bow. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and apply the red lipstick, and then I'll define that cupid's bow with a lip brush.
Okay, so the first time I ever saw anything like this happen, I've actually talked about on this channel, but it was with Taylor Swift like 10, maybe 15 years ago. And she doesn't have like the juiciest, most plump, oversized lips. However, they took her lips and drew in the middle of them and concealed the rest of her lips. So they completely reshaped her lip. And it was kind of this style where she had a really sharp pointed cupid's bow. And one of my favorite things to do is look at celebrity red carpet images, nothing touched up, and just zoom really, really hardcore in on them. And then I can see their actual skin, I can see their makeup, I can see any flaws that they have, and it just makes me feel human again. And this was before Kylie Jenner and like lip contouring, and I thought that was so fucking ingenious. I still do. It's just crazy to me how you can transform just the smallest features of your face, yet they make the biggest difference. So if mama says we're going in with a deep berry, we're going in with a deep red and berry. This is Gerard Cosmetics Lip Pencil in Night Shift, and I'm just gonna start with that. Having this little mustachio fur right above my lip is really difficult for any kind of lipstick to lay down. Hopefully I can kind of define a cupid's bow with this. We'll try. I usually go in with like a little X. All right there and right there. And normally one would kind of overline their lips with this, but I'm not going to take it around the perimeters of my lips right now. I'm just going to kind of go from corner and then right in the middle of my actual lips. So right here, and I'll connect it to that little X. Those lip stencils were very intriguing. Like even today, I would still use that, which they probably still have those. I probably reviewed them. Shit. Well, I may have overdone it slightly. I think this is a little bit 1800s. Yeah, it's probably as good as we're gonna get. Now, atop this, I'm gonna go in with my Tom Ford number 40 Fetishist. Oh, yes, mama. So this apparently is the entire look. However, I kind of feel like it's missing like a beauty mark. My gosh, my phone doesn't recognize my face. Yes, okay, we absolutely need a beauty spot. A lot of people seem to have them right here on their cheekbones, so let's do that. Bloopy. Right there. Is it big enough? Maybe just a little bit bigger. We don't need this to look like a melanoma. I don't know. Should we do it on the other side too? Maybe we should pull this hair down a little. I'm giving like serious 5-head vibes. Okay, so we have that one. It's cute and it's pretty, but I kind of want another one just right above the lip. Is that too much? We already made it to the end of the video, so we might as well. Let's do right here. Oops. Oh. I liked it better without it. Fuck. It just makes my face look like off-centered. If I keep adding them, I'm gonna look like a witch. Well, my loves, here is the finished product. I actually really like the way this looks. Like, would I wear it every day? No, but this was really, really fun, and I actually learned a few cool things. Like, I never would have thought to bring this shimmer all the way up, and you can't really even tell that it's a shimmer. Like, it does a fabulous job accentuating my brow bone. Normally, when I put a shimmer up there, it really accentuates the hoods of my eye, but I think these fabulous rounded off brows just really help enhance everything. And now that we're at the end of this video, I kind of want to try a little bit more of a pop-in blush. This is another Hank and Henry in the shade Desire. And I'm going to take this super duper sparingly and just kind of build it up a little bit more. I really don't want to look like a clown. I love the way this looks, but I'm also really curious. I mean, when am I ever going to end up doing this kind of makeup again? Ooh, that's giving me kind of like neon vibes with both those blended out. I like that. She did say we could go in with something a bit more pop, and I was just too scared before. Maybe I can rub this other beauty mark off. Yeah, that's cute. So my little fapping flappers, here we are with the entire look. What do we think? It is killing me not to have highlighter on right now, I'll tell you that. I kind of want to like modernize this just to see what it would look like. All right, I'm not going to because that's not the point of this video, but let me know if that is something you'd want to watch, like taking a vintage makeup and turning it modern. That kind of sounds fun. But just out of curiosity, I'm gonna take a little bit of a pink highlighter and just place it right up here. I kind of feel like that's gonna give me more like Marilyn Monroe vibes, which was a completely different era, but still, she was just naturally chiseled as fuck. Okay, see, that's all she needed was just a little bit of a glow from within. I will say though, I think I liked it better without the highlighter. There was something about the natural highlight from this light foundation that really enhanced this. Now I kind of look more costumey, as if this whole look didn't look like a costume before. But anyways, I had so much freaking fun doing this, and it was really interesting learning about the makeup from the 1920s versus now, and just the different beauty standards. I love how the norms are constantly changing, and I feel like it's moving even faster now. Like what was popular a year or two ago isn't popular today, and before I feel like we kind of went in like 10-year increments. Now it's more like 2 or 3-year increments before shit just gets changed completely, and I kind of feel like it's because of social media probably, and I personally don't have the attention span to keep doing doing my makeup the same year after year for 10 whole years. But anywho, there you go. Thank you so much for being here. I loved having you, and let me know which era should I do next. And I'm sure by now y'all know about my Patreon. It's patreon.com/poplux. There you get videos a day early, you get Patreon only content, and best part, it is cheap, fun, and fancy, just like Lil Freak-a-Leak over here. And like always, please be sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell down below so that you're notified anytime I upload a new video. Don't forget my newest collection of highlighters, including black ice, which does change from black to white, will be available again soon at thepoplux.com. Also, my latest album, Kiss of Fame, is available everywhere online that music is sold. Thank you so much to everyone who's supporting them. Comment down below, let me know what you thought of this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Snapchat, Instagram, and Twitter at officialnady, and you can follow me online at thepoplux.com. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all, and I will see you again soon. Bye!